We took a nice Thanksgiving break, but Kickstarter certainly didn't. So let's take a look at the Kickstarter Pickstars for the week of December 3rd, 2018. Tales of Evil, the mystery of the demon puppet mistress, will have you take on the role of the pizza and investigation gang and try to find out what's going on. This game is set into chapters that you can save in between, which is pretty nice, but each chapter has different endings and paths, meaning you'll have to make choices that could affect the true ending of the game. There are also a new system called the Fusion system, and from what I can tell, it's sort of like board game AR. The game may ask you, like, if you find batteries in your house and bring them to the table, then the flashlight will work. Or you may get a phone call. This game was designed by Antonio Ferreira, who also designed Last Friday, which if you look is obviously your sort of slasher horror movie. Because of that weird fusion system and the idea of saving between chapters and really actually sort of more choose your own adventure instead of just following one narrative, I thought this maybe stands out a little bit more from the rest.
So is this, because I didn't look at this game at all, and I'm very intrigued by what you're telling me. It's a traditional board game, or is it like a role-playing game?
No, it seemed like Betrayal, so you'll move around the house.
Okay.
But you could get like these weird things like you find a battery, but you need to, like I said,
You actually have to go in your house and find a battery.
Or like they said, you have to play with the lights off, maybe because you couldn't find batteries for your house, in your house. And another thing, like the phone call said, they showed an example videos like, I put this in the garage for you to find, go there. So you have to like then go to the garage to find the item. And of course there's these weird crazy monsters about that are gonna attack you. Yeah, so it's this whole weird thing like that. Yeah, a little bit. So I'm really curious to see what this fusion system, how it works out. I hope there's a bit more to it, not just one phone call and that was it the entire game.
Yeah,
but it goes, I think it's in euros, so it's about 51 US dollars, but you'll have to take a look and see if you dare to open the door, or your wallet in this case.
QE is a bidding game with a little bit of a twist. QE stands for quantitative easing, and this game takes place in 2008 in our real time, and all players are essentially playing the nation bailing out failing companies. So, of course, as the nation, you're allowed to spend as much money as you want to do this, and the game reflects that by letting you spend as much money as you want to bid. Unlike most bidding games where you have a certain amount of money, in this one you have a whiteboard and a dry erase marker, and the first person is the auctioneer. They have a certain company that they're putting up, and they set a starting bid. But after that, everyone else writes their bids secretly. And the auctioneer tells you who won, but only they and the person who wrote that bid know what the number was that won. So one person might win by writing $100 and everyone else bid low, or someone might write $1 million and you don't know exactly what's going on. The reason you want to be careful is because at the end of the game, whoever spent the most money is eliminated. Everyone else gets to compete for their score, and you're trying to get different sets of different types of companies to best suit your needs. So you can spend as much as you want, but you have to be careful, and you, again, might not know. There's kind of a bluffing aspect where maybe you know that the person to your left wrote $1 million, so you're thinking, okay, $1 million is maybe the ballpark we're working in, but maybe it's not.
So each turn someone's the auctioneer?
Each turn it switches, yeah, sorry, I should have said. So one person's not the auctioneer the whole game, so everybody has a chance to bid. And
yeah, because I was wondering if one person is the auctioneer and everyone else is, and then for all you know, until the end of the game, you don't see them bid, so one person could be constantly bidding in the millions and stuff, while everyone else is bidding like 2 and 3. And
right. You can get a little more information than that out of it, but you know, it could go up to, you could use quadrillions, quintillions, what have you.
I like how apparently the taxpayer does not have a say in this.
Nope, they don't get to have anything to do with it. So I thought this was a really neat idea. You know, I really like bidding games, and just that fact that you can write down whatever number you want could create for some really fun moments for sure. It could be a cool party game. It goes for $34. You must write in $34 if you want this game. It's called QE.
Construction and Corruption is about avoiding building in order to get as much money as you can before you're caught for corruption. You and other players will decide which construction area will actually get work done and possibly finish earlier than others, therefore getting paid less. This is really weird because most games you think you want to build more. Instead, you're trying to avoid doing work. You also can become a mayor and pretty much a corrupt politician, deciding what areas maybe a party will be going on, therefore no work can be done, or more work happens somewhere. but you will be building up corruption tokens on your place, which could cause a federal investigation. Either way, you'll have to last 7 rounds before you try to leave for a nice tropical island, preferably without an extradition agreement with your nation, and spend that money. Whoever gets the most money wins. This was definitely something interesting in the idea that you're trying not to work.
It sounds like a game after my own heart. Is there an aspect of it, or maybe an expansion, where I can be like a sleazy construction worker and whistle at women as they walk by?
Depends who's playing the game.
Okay, just an idea.
But this game goes for $55, and hopefully the person who's running this Kickstarter does not have the same mentality as the people in his game.
And we've got an RPG for you this week. It's called Nibiru. Takes place on a giant space station, supposedly inspired by an ancient Mesopotamian setting. And it's a fairly straightforward RPG in that world. You're trying to discover what this space station is for, why it was built. You actually don't know, even though you live there. But it has a lot of unique aspects to it. A lot of the races and classes are very creative, different kinds of automatons, robots, people called dream finders that explore dreams and memories. And memory is a really big aspect of the game. The way that the character creation works is that you're not going to simply write out all your stats at the beginning of the game, but actually you'll develop them as the story progresses. So at certain points in the game, you'll be able to acquire memory points, and when you collect enough, you'll actually get to take your book, you'll have a little journal, if you will, and you get to write inside of it a memory, because you as the characters are actually trying to recover your lost memories. And when you do, not only is it an aspect of your character, it also gives you an attribute that you can get to kind of create yourself. So you can decide, this is the memory that I've had, and how might that affect me if I remember that, I used to play a certain sport, maybe that's +1 to my dexterity or to my athletic ability or something like that. You get a little chance to be creative with it. So I thought that aspect was really cool in combination with an RPG being on a giant space station is sort of a neat, kind of a Battlestar Galactica sort of concept, and I really like that. And we've seen that a little bit in some RPGs where you get to kind of really personalize your character, not just in your story, but through the mechanics themselves. And I think that's a really neat idea,
First off, I thought it was hilarious how you said, you're on a futuristic spaceship based on ancient Mesopotamia.
Yeah, it's an interesting combination of lore.
But I really do like the journal aspect. In our own D&D campaign, my character, me, has a little journal, and I actually been drawing maps and stuff as if it's him, and I make sure all my drawings are approved by you, which is really cute. But I do, because you're writing your memories in there, I think that's cool, because you can sort of, on the fly, you don't have to make your entire character before. You have to think like, why do I have a strength stat?
Right.
And you can end up like having this really interesting book alone for the character design. And I can think of plenty of properties we've loved watching where you start off with knowing nothing and you sort of explore and learn. So this sounds perfect for that.
Discover something about yourself. It's called Nibiru. $26 will get you the PDF. $45 will get you the hardcover edition.
Those are some Kickstarter Pickstarters for this week. A little bit shorter because we're coming out from PAX Unplugged. But as we said, there's been 2 weeks since we've done this, so let us know what Kickstarters we missed in the comments down below.
Yeah, that's right. Fill in those gaps for us. In fact, we actually saw QE at PAX Unplugged. It was on display, so that was cool. Really, really topical. Until next time, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Will.
And this was Roll for Crit Kickstarter Pickstarter.
Hey, if you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe and like this video for more excellent board game content.
Heck yeah!